Hey y'all, Plaidman here. Saw an interesting video, and I've been paying some attention to North Korea. This is a video about North Korea, the most overt slave country, if you could call it that, in the entire world. One could make an argument about Sudan or other countries that actually have like technical slavery, which actually happens. Like it is a real thing. Like I'm not making it up. Slavery still exists. Hey, it's 2021. It's December of 2021 and slavery still exists in the world. So all those people out there who are like, "Oh my God, America is the most racist, slave, worst, horrible country ever." Just check your idiocy and realize that no, other parts of the world are actually buying and selling slaves right now in present time, full stop. So aside from that, North Korea, what a fucking crap show. What a crap show. Simply put, what you have is you have a dictatorship, but it's worse than any other dictatorship ever. Because what they've done is they've totally enclosed all communication. Yeah, all communication. So you're like, oh my God, Facebook was down for an hour. Oh my God, what am I going to do with my life? Ah! Well, yeah. So imagine your whole life without Facebook, Google, YouTube, any of those things. You have and to make it worse, you don't have any like history books about history at all. It's all changed and modified and differentiated, so much so that literally the Bible has been obfuscated or stolen and repurposed for the Korean leader. So the Korean leader, the North Korean leader, I should specify, is basically utilizing that to be like, oh, hey, yeah, I'm Jesus, in his own weird way. So what that means is you have a country that basically says, oh, yeah, no, we're going to cut everyone off from outside communication. We're going to spin the narrative. First generation is going to be like, this is messed up. Second generation, we don't know any better. Third generation, what? So we have a population of people, millions and millions of individuals who were enslaved, who are constantly starved. Their country is producing illegal things. Everything from let's put it this way: crystal meth and at least another illegal substance, and hacking, and then we could call it slave labor, where it's like, oh cool, we'll send some workers over to your country, and they go, instead of to a hotel, they go to this camp that we've designated to build whatever it is that you want built. And the only people we send to your country to build these things are people who have a wife and kids that are still in our country. And if they step outside the line, we'll kill or punish their wife and kids. So that kind of comes across as slave labor to me. That's North Korea for you. So I've been thinking, and I'm working on creating a whole TV show and an episode, or not an episode, a series, a season about this, because I think it's pertinent. But either way, what we have is a country that is not abiding by modern day rules, which is kind of a joke in the grand scheme of things, because you're just like, well, all countries don't abide by this, like, and it's like, okay, yeah, valid point. However, you have this country, North Korea, that is not abiding by any rules at all. So you have like Western culture and their rules, like America is like, oh, these are the standards that we abide by. And then you have like Saudi Arabia and like, well, these are the standards we kind of abide by sometimes, sort of like we don't like gay people, blah, blah, blah. Same thing with, this is Russia. Russia's there too, whatever. And then you have North Korea, which is like way down. They don't care. They don't care. This North Korea is worse than China, which is saying something because China's horrible. China literally has people in non-COVID. This is not COVID. They have people in non-COVID concentration camps. China is doing what the Nazis did in the 1940s. Literally, right now, to this day, right now, that's what China's doing. North Korea is somehow mind-bogglingly worse. They're worse. And we have to find this out from people who've escaped. Not like left because they're like, hey, I actually want to see what Pizza Hut was like. No, or In-N-Out or whatever, or Jack in the Box. No. These are people who are like, I'm starving because I've never had a full meal in my life. And they fled and got to South Korea or China or whatever. And they're like, oh my God, holy cannoli. And you can see their interviews on Joe Rogan and several other things. Like, you can see these interviews. This is not like, oh, I'm just like making this up. No. So here's my point. We as individuals need to realize that we have the responsibility to confront evil when we see it. And it can come across as small things or big things, however. But imagine, if you will, you are, the assistant. Or you're working for the assistant. Or the janitor of somebody who's an evil and mother effer. Now, instead of just quitting your job because you realize, oh, this person's bad, right? And I know I'm kind of like going all over the place, and this is supposed to be about North Korea, but like, track with me for a second. If you work for someone that you know to be a bad individual, don't quit your job. Don't. Find out every little bit of information that you can about this person. And then do what you can to let the world know how bad this individual is. Be smart about it. Have another job lined up. Be smart about it. But don't just quit your job because you like woke up and you're like, why am I doing this? No. That's good. But do the world a favor. Do the world a favor. For reals. And be like, oh, holy crap. I work for a horrible individual. Look, here's all the things he threw away. And badam, I present the world with these documentations. There's plenty of places, Project Veritas, WikiLeaks, what have you, that you can dump this stuff. And that's just the stuff on the top of my head, right? It is important that every individual step up and like, hey, this is not okay. I want freedom. I want control of my own life. I don't want the Federal Reserve to dictate how much my dollar is worth. No, I want it based on the economy, the actual economy. I don't want it to be manipulated by other individuals who think they know best. Okay? If my dollar fluctuates, okay, fine. It fluctuates because bread fluctuates or whatever. Not because some Yahoo who's in DC who's making like 3 times what I'm making. Like, I'm making less than $50K a year, man. Like, and I'm working my tush off. I'm burning like 5,000 calories a day minimum. And I'm making $50K a year minimum, like at least. Like, what the heck? And you have these other yahoos who are like, oh yeah, and I get 2 weeks in Cabo and paid vacation and full medical and all this stuff. And it's just like, the F. What? How is that fair? That's not fair. And these are the people who are manipulating your money, right? So fine, don't quit your job. Don't quit your job. I would advocate that you stay on your job. You find out all the dirt you possibly can, and then you post it. You make it public. You let the world know how bad this individual is. That is your responsibility as a human being, as an individual in this world, as an American citizen. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. As a human being, it is your responsibility to see bad things and to report them, because they may not be messing you up, but they're going to be messing other people up. And you're all part of the same team. We're all team world. We're all team humanity. So if somebody's doing something bad, it is your job. And this is the problem I have, is like, okay, I don't want to get political, but like, okay, good job that Trump went and like shook hands with the North Korean leader. I understand you gotta like shake hands with the devil sometimes. But also, no, sorry, North Korea needs to stop. Because what they're doing and how they're doing it is horrible. It's horrible. It's the exact opposite of freedom. It is total and utter tyrannical rule. The fact that the people in their country don't know what freedom is. They don't know anything other than what is being spilled to them and told to them. You have a group of people, like, imagine if you, okay, here's a good analogy. Imagine if you took 10 human beings and you put them in a box, and you could inform them or tell them all the things that you wanted to tell them. And you told them, hey, you're a king, you're a god, you're this, you're that, you're amazing, and you need to work, and every bit of your life needs to be dedicated to me, right? What would you get? You get 10 human beings who dedicate all their life to you, right? So times that by like 10 million, right? 10 million humans think that their whole life revolves around their leader. They don't understand spiritualism, freedom, God, anything else. They just think that. And it doesn't make them bad people. It just means that they've been only fed one source of information. The fact that the world hasn't stepped up and been like, whoa, we need to like give them something else. We need to, I don't know, drop Bibles or drop food. And these are people who are starving. These people are starving almost as bad as the poorest of the poor in Africa. Right? But like forcibly starved, because it's not like they're lacking in money or food. Like the country's doing all right. North Korea's doing all right. They don't have a money issue because of all of their illicit stuff that they're selling. It's not a money issue. What it is a control issue. We as the world need to step up and be like, this is not okay. We're done. We're done. This is not okay. We cannot allow this person to be in the playground with us. We can't. How can you play kickball with a person? How can you allow them to play a part of global politics? You can't. Like, I'm sorry, you wouldn't. If we're kids in America and we're setting up a kickball game and there was some kid who was like, who was just like, I don't know, a grade A asshat, right? You wouldn't allow him to play. He might bully himself onto the game, but you'd like, okay, fine, whatever, you're the catcher or something stupid. But you wouldn't want him to be part of your team. No, because they're an asshat. That's what we need to do with North Korea. South Korea is awesome. North Korea, not so much. We need to, all across the boards, we need to shut them down. And the government, I'm not talking about the people. We need to wake up the North Korean people. We need to inform them how they deserve 1,000,000 times more than what they currently have. and we need to help them. So that's my public announcement. This is a weird story time. Thanks for listening. Like, subscribe, share, all that jazz. This was inspired by my girl. My girl was like, "Oh, you feel very passionate about this, blah blah blah." It's like, yeah, I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I'm basically gonna write a whole season based on a TV series that I'm working on about this how one could hypothetically solve this problem. But realistically speaking, the best solution to this problem is you, individuals, doing what you can to make others aware. Because it's not a common conversation. Like, we're all aware of our own lives and the implication of that. But imagine you're a million times more educated than the average North Korean. A million. I'm not exaggerating. A million times more educated. Even the stupidest person in America is a million times more informed than the normal North Korean. And it doesn't mean that they're stupid. They're just indoctrinated with a certain ideology that is fundamentally false and lacking data in any context. It doesn't mean they're stupid or bad. I'm not saying, like, let's go kill all North Koreans. No. I'm saying, look, we need to push and advocate for, A, people around you to be more aware of what's going on in politics, okay? And B, the world needs to be more aware of what's going on. The world needs to be aware. We need to know, what are our leaders doing? Why are they doing it? Right? And North Korea is literally the bottom of the barrel as far as lack of awareness. And it doesn't make them bad people. It's been forced that way. So do what you can. Share this. Watch other videos. Do what you can, man. Educate yourself. All right. Thank you, peeps. I'll talk to you later. This is Plaid Man signing out. Bye.